I'm David. Hello again.
And I'm John, and we're two rail fans, and welcome back to our channel. So we thought today we would give you a brief tour of our temporary layout.
Pre-bench work.
Again, this layout was just to kind of give us an idea of how we were going to be able to use the space we have available at the moment before we build a layout for the next couple of years here before we move to our permanent spot. Basically, I'll show you what we have here. On each end, we basically have a 4x4 section, just built with whatever scrap lumber we had around and some pieces of pink foam.
So if it's not straight.
Yeah, some of it's not straight, but the point is to see how we're using this. In a couple weeks, we're going to be putting up the bench work for the real deal. So we did leave in the end of each side a 2x2 access, which we will keep. We'll have some kind of removable panel on the ends.
Which you kind of hate going through.
Yeah, it's a little harder for me to get through there, but fortunately David is 9 and he has no problem getting through there. Because although we will be able to pull this out from the wall, this is something that is going to be pushed up against the wall, and that 4 feet obviously is a little too long. And then in the middle here, we have a 2 foot deep section. So overall, the layout is roughly 18 feet long, so we have a good amount of length to it in this dog bone layout, just kind of thin in the middle. And unfortunately, I was hoping to be able to go a little bigger on the ends, but I think 4 feet is about as large as we can go. If I think we can swing a few more inches, we might increase that just so we can get a 24-inch radius in there when we do the bench work for the other layout.
The track is a track from our previous layout, and the foam is just from our Christmas layout also.
That's right. So all the track we had quite an assortment of track. We had some brass track, some old Tyco steel track, and what we kept was the Atlas nickel silver.
We also have this new Pico flex track.
Yep, we have so we did buy a few sections of the Pico flex track.
The ties are different colored.
Yep, and we're going to use Pico on our other layout. So we are using code 100 because we do have a fair amount of older rolling stock.
And you don't want the stuff that gets stuck on the rails.
That's right. So for the time being, we have 22-inch radius over there. So I figure we'd give you guys just a little bit of a tour of where we're starting. A lot of this stuff is going to seem like toy trains to those who have been in the hobby a long time, but a lot of this stuff has a lot of sentimental value, which is why no matter where we go from here, it will always be part of our collection. So this Rock Island that David's holding, the remnants of it,
the remains,
that was part of my first Tyco starter set. Had the pancake motors. That hasn't worked for a long time. So the other, unfortunately, a dog years ago ruined the caboose. That's long gone.
Does he know how it tasted?
But there's that green Burlington Northern car back there. And also,
we've been trying to convert it.
That's a little close to the camera, son.
We've been trying to convert it.
And also this Union Pacific, that was part of the original Tyco set that I had as a kid over 40 years ago. So the second engine that I had was this, from what I've been able to research, I believe it's AHM, this Santa Fe. It says made in Yugoslavia. Unfortunately, when I gave David all of the old train stuff over Christmas, the motor was not working, and also one of the drive shafts kept popping out.
And that's where this comes in.
So we were lucky enough, we were able to go to a local hobby shop, local train store, and buy this other engine for $8 used.
And plus we get a decoration engine.
And yeah, we got a dummy engine to put somewhere in the layout.
Just
And,
for effect.
we're able to install that motor, and I changed the drive shaft, and now that engine's running great. You might want to take that off, David, so we don't forget later with our demo. So just a little tour of some of the other stuff we have here. A lot of this rolling stock we bought. Some of it we bought recently.
But if you're a quarter of it
Most of it is
what you used to have.
older style stuff that we had to convert to the KD couplers, which that's one of the pieces of rolling stock I had. I probably got that in high school.
And it has the plastic wheels.
So that's at least over 30 years old.
Some of them have plastic and some
And
of them have metal wheels.
this is the rest of our pile of rolling stock that has yet to be converted to the KD couplers.
Or needs to be fixed.
Now David is he's always been into Thomas the Train. So his set that he got for Christmas, we're gonna run this in a minute, is this Bachmann set back there, which has the different style couplers on it.
It has a little tiny motor.
So we have been able to find some additional rolling stock.
Some of this is like German stuff.
Right, some of it's Marklin. I can't remember what the other brand was.
It's like
Most of the hobby shops told us that when they get something that comes in like that, they usually just put it up on eBay because nobody in the US typically uses those couplers.
Yeah, but they also told us they would contact us when they found one.
And they haven't yet. So here's some passenger cars that we were able to get.
There's a difference if you look closely. These are Union Pacific, and these are Santa Fe. But we think they look similar enough where if we just took the decals off of those, we could make them pass off.
So we're just trying to get a good collection of stuff to get started. We will probably move into higher end stuff as we go forward, but we have a good amount of rolling stock. Probably the best thing that I had ever gotten as a kid.
War bonnets.
Leave them on the table here, son. So these are old Athearn Blue Box F7s. So the two F7s we had to get those running again. But that B unit, we were able to buy a powered B unit on eBay.
It's off the shell.
That's right. We bought it. It had a different shell on it. But we were able to buy a matching Santa Fe shell that was also for sale on eBay and swap it out.
Now we have an extra shell just laying around somewhere.
Yep. So we do have three engines to run together. So we can easily pull absolutely everything we have here right now. Okay, you can go ahead and put that down, son. So at the moment we're powering this with an MRC Rail Power 1370.
We have three other
Still DC. I do have a Rail Power 1300.
And an Easy Track controller.
Yeah, Bachmann Easy Track, and there's another controller, I can't remember what it is, that's an older one. So when we wire this up in a couple weeks, I'm going to try and get this wired up in such a way that we can convert to DC.
There's a little track shortage
So
there.
at the moment you'll see these are the only wires going up to the track from the controller. We are going to solder drop down feeder wires.
It slows down over there.
Yep, it does slow down a little in the back because it's such a long run here. We are going to solder feeder wires and get into DC here with this layout. So although temporarily we may just get at least the outer portion of this layout running, just so we can run some trains in the meantime.
You have to take out some of the track pins, right?
Well, we're going to be replacing all the track that is not the Pico track.
Yeah, but like the pins, right?
Yes. So you'll see updates on the layout to come. But as we mentioned in our first video or intro video, and as I would like to remind people, for us, the most important aspect of this hobby
is getting something running.
Is actually running trains. So I'm going to have David walk down to the other end of the layout down here, and I'm going to have David run his Thomas train with Annie and Clarabelle, and we will end the video with that. Whenever you're ready, David. Run it up.
3, 2, 1. Let's go, Thomas.
We'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.